That man ain't never gonna commit. He playing games. So have you ever been in a relationship where he refuses to commit? It's not because he's unsure. He's just playing mind games. And guess what? Even if he says he's committed, that doesn't always mean he truly is. So this is part 20 of my 48-part series on Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power, focusing on how men use manipulation to control women. So you thought he was different. He came into your life saying all the right things, talking about the future, make you feel like you were the one for months, maybe even years. You've been waiting for him to make a real move, marriage, a real commitment, something concrete. But sometimes, every time you bring it up, there's always an excuse. I'm not ready yet. Or let's just enjoy what we have right now. And at first, you believed him. You thought maybe he just needed more time. And that if you were patient, things would fall into place. But the truth, he's playing a game. And you're the one stuck waiting for the commitment that's never going to come. This is Law 20 of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Do not commit to anyone. Some men follow this rule like it's their personal playbook. They know that keeping you waiting, uncertain, and always chasing after a future that never comes keeps them in control. The longer they refuse to commit, the more power they hold over you. But here's the twist. Even when you get that commitment, it doesn't always mean he's truly committed. He might say you're in a relationship or even that he's ready to marry, but emotionally, he's still distant. Maybe you move in together, maybe you even have the ring, but something's off. He's present, but not fully invested. You realize that the committed relationship doesn't always mean a committed man. It started small. He mentioned how much he values freedom, how marriage isn't for everyone. But then when you started feeling secure in a relationship, he threw you off balance. Maybe it was a flirtatious text from a colleague or how he talked a little too fondly of his ex. Suddenly, you found yourself feeling unsure, constantly questioning where you stood with him. And that's exactly what he wanted. See, he wasn't avoiding commitment because of fear of uncertainty. He was doing it because it keeps you off balance, which gives him power. You started working harder to prove your worth, to make him see that you're worthy of that future together. But the harder you try, the more he withheld. And that's not an accident. Men do this. They know they're never going to fully commit, either emotionally or in action. They can keep you wrapped around their finger, always seeking their validation, always waiting for them to finally make you feel secure. And when you get frustrated or try to walk away, he will pull you back in. A sweet message, a little extra attention, a vague promise that eventually y'all get there, and that's what keeps you hooked. The reality is, he using commitment or the lack thereof as a way to control the relationship, keeping you in a state of uncertainty, which he remains comfortable and in charge. Even if he calls it a relationship or a marriage, the emotional distance and the manipulation tells a different story. Does this story sound familiar to you? Have you ever been in a relationship where he kept you waiting, make you feel like the future was just around the corner, only to realize you were stuck in his game? Or worse, have you been in a committed relationship where his heart really wasn't there? And if you want to know more about how men use power and manipulation in relationships, hit that follow button.